Hey everybody, it's your boy, GX. Your boy. I'm your boy. I'm your son. We did the tests, and yes, I am your son. You are legally obligated to take care of me. No, today we're here for keyboards. GX, I hear you asking, why do we have keyboards? Like what? I'm showing you a keyboard. Why am I showing you this keyboard? What is the point of me showing you a keyboard? Well, basically, I am showing you the keyboard that I'm currently using right now, day to day. You know, to set some baselines here. Just a basic Logitech K580. But no, we're not here about my keyboard. This keyboard here is to set context. No, we're here for different keyboards today. The Sonic Stadium North American offices. I say office. Maybe some other writers on the site have office, but there's an office here. We have an office, and it's my office. We were sent by Higround in relation to their new line of branded Sonic and Shadow-themed keyboard accessories, a box of unknown contents, and we're going to open it up and try to mess around a little bit with whatever they sent us. So let's go ahead and knife this plastic tape. I apparently don't know how to open a box properly. This is where the opening is. Good start to a video. We have one flap open. We've penetrated the second flap. There are yet further flaps. I am befuddled. I am befuddled by this packaging. There we go. So they have sent us, starting with a Sonic jelly bag. Sort of a soft plastic bag. Has something inside of it. Here at the bottom. Features Sonic and Chow. And the logo of the company, Higround. As well as the Higround Dreamcast box. I am guessing this is a keyboard. Let's find out exactly how much of a keyboard this is, as well as some hotkeys, some function combinations. Let's get this thing actually open. So it's a nice package. It's you might be able to tell if I hold it up close, but it is textured. It is textured and it is solid. Oh, no, we did not get the Dreamcast. Whoa. We need to stop, because I'm GX from the future, and I'm here to tell you some hard facts that GX from the past forgot. Hard fact number 1. This pretty keyboard is currently sold out as of August 13th. As is the playmat, the jelly bag, and basically everything I'm about to show you on stream. There is a sign-up on Higround's website to get further email notifications on new drops and restocks, but as of right now, we have no guarantee that any of the designs that I am showing today will actually be restocked. If you are quick, there is still a Sonic and Shadow design in both keyboard form and desk mat form, but again, this is as of August 13th. Hard fact number 2. This is a $145 keyboard. If you're a keyboard enthusiast, that's probably not going to shock you. But if you are a Sonic collector, you're going to have to consider the price whenever you're looking at this thing. Similarly, I am going to make reference to the fact that I don't know if the mat comes with it. I can confirm the mat does not come with it. It is a separate $50 purchase. Hard fact number 3. When I was starting to explain, I didn't have the proper terminology to describe the key switches. They are linear key switches, and they would probably best be compared to a Cherry MX Red. Hopefully, if you're familiar, that will mean something to you. If it doesn't, it's fine. It just means you push down a key and the key goes down in the same amount of pressure throughout. However, the product page does inform me that the switches in this are hot swappable, so if you have a switch of preference and want to pop these out and put in your own, it is my understanding that you can do exactly that. And with that, I've saved the future. I'm returning you back to the past. The Dreamcast packaging is Dreamcast-ish. But no, they have provided us the one that I saw on the website that actually really appealed to me in a weird way. Sonic the Hedgehog 1 themed keyboard using basically the very neat thing I see about this in the immediate is, number one, if you're looking for the key letters, they will probably be a little bit difficult to see, but they are on the front of the keycaps. But what I like about these, the keycaps themselves, it's just the image on them is slightly warped on the sides. And it's going to be hard. I might be able to do this, but the design goes onto the sides of the keycaps, and they are warped a little bit so that whenever you look at it straight on, it does create a continuous image. The way that this looks is very impressive. Now, I come at this with a very big, caveat, I guess. I am a sucker for physically printed pixel art. So I've got IDW's Sonic Dice Rush handy. They all come with these very nice, clean, crisp printings of Green Hill Zone on them. There's something really nice about how crisp it all looks just looking at pixel art in a printed medium, and specifically looking at it in the medium of keyboard keycaps with the texturing of how it just goes on to the keycaps. Because it doesn't, as I look at this, it doesn't, you would expect something that is on this sort of reverse waffle pattern to be all sorts of weird, but as I look down, it's like, no, this just looks good. And they arrange things in an interesting way, like they have Sonic on the S, of course, they have Sonic on the S key. An extra life hidden on the plus and minus. We have some enemies on the enter keys. They took a few creative liberties going on this. Like, I can immediately see, hey, our Motobug friend here is, I apologize because it's not set to autofocus, but he is a keycap. And our star post up here is just a vertically sitting keyboard. This thing has a little bit more heft to it than I was expecting. The Higround keyboard is actually a fair bit heavier than my Logitech, noticeably heavier. So that's going to be sturdy right here, so you don't have to worry about it moving around. I'm assuming it specifically has weights in it somewhere. Let's see what we got here. I'm guessing this is the tool to remove the keycaps if what you need to remove some keycaps, because if I position it like this, it just sort of hugs around that K key. Really nice looking braided USB-C cable. Stickers, holographic high ground and non-holographic high ground. And we've got a big Green Hill Zone desk mat. By the looks of it, just line it up perfectly, because you can see, hey, it enters on this side, it hits the loop, and on the other side, it goes down to the S-tube. And feels solid, feels good, feels solid, and I guess I could have a point of comparison here. In fact, let's break open a $5 Paladone brand Pac-Man desk mat that I got for Five Below for $5. Right away, I would say this one's smoother. This is the Sonic one, the Higround one, a little bit more texture to it than this one. This one is designed to be flat and shiny. It's a little bit more mousepad-like, whereas this does not necessarily have the feel of a mousepad that you have probably experienced in the past. I am looking over at my desk to see if I even have a mousepad right now. I do not. Colors on the Sonic one, much more vibrant. Obviously, the Sonic one is rather big. The Sonic one is fairly thick and fairly sturdy. I am actually very surprised about that. I'm used to trading card game playmats, which are usually things that you would roll up into a tube and store that way. But I am surprised how sturdy and firm and colorful this is, and like I said, it lines up very well with this if you like to have a keyboard directly in the middle of your desk. I will probably keep mine like somewhere up here so I have a nice mirror vision. Well, while we're here, actually, before we move on, let's open up the jelly bag as described. Okay, we've got the jelly bag itself. Feels like thick plastic padding, and I'm guessing the thing in our reflective bag that was inside is going to be hooks for it, because it does not have like handles that are immediately attached. It has some handles like this. We've got a big, long plastic strap. Just enjoy carrying around your keyboard to ensure other people can see it. The keyboard does fit. So if you had concerns about having a bag for your keyboard, this will carry a keyboard. Seems neat so far. It's a little... Now, as someone who isn't a keyboard person, but has had exposure to keyboard people, this is a little bit more cramped than I'm used to. I'm used to at least having something a bit wider, so it might be an adjustment, but I don't know yet. Maybe that will be desirable, maybe it will not. We will find out as we go ahead and try to use it for a bit. So far, what we have done is we have connected it to the computer. I have used the keycap tool to pull off a couple keycaps. Came off very easy. I was surprised. I'm used to it being very difficult to remove keycaps for cleaning purposes, but if you go ahead and take a look in there, it has a metal base, which is probably one of the things that helps add to the sturdiness and weight of it. And this probably will be difficult to show on the webcam, but at the moment it is cycling different LED colors. One of the functions that we have is by holding function and pressing right, we can cycle between red, green, darker blue, yellow, greenish, like a layer green, and a cyan, and a pink, a white, and then back to rainbow. There are a few other modes that we have here. I can hit function tab again. They're currently off, and when I press one, you'll notice very briefly that it will pulse on the row that I pressed it in. So if I type L a few times, it will pulse on the LEDs. And this one just continuous flashing all over the place. I don't know if this will play on video, but hey, it's worth a shot. Let's get these keycaps back on. So, first thing interesting in this version, or in the PC version of Sonic Origins that I discovered in our first take, was that they would like you to play with WASD. I was, perhaps expecting to, really fumble, because a lot of what whenever I need to just very quickly check out, I was like, okay, does this ROM work? I usually go straight for the, keypad, or not the keypad, the, arrow keys, and use, like, A to jump, but no, WASD and then, the other side, so just keep your hand on home row as you play Sonic. Oh, let's try a special stage in this. High hopes, low expectations. Can we get an emerald on keyboard? It's the question on everyone's lips. What is our level of competency on this rather basic tool? And I know chat has faith in me, and that faith is poorly placed. So Act 3 is the real challenge here. Let's see if we can beat a boss. Let's see if we can beat a boss on keyboard. Well, let's take on Robotnik. Yeah, this is, fairly straightforward. It's certainly not my preferred way to play a game like this, using my fingertips rather than my thumbs, especially on the, jumping side. It's absolutely doable. To think of, our forefathers having to play on basic PC emulators back in the early 2000s and, like, late 1990s. This is a game that gave me all sorts of issues attempting to get it to run. So we're not going to play it on full screen, but we will continue to play it with a keyboard. Okay, let's roll around at the speed of sound. Let's see how well we can snowboard.
Attention all units. Suspect seen heading south.
Okay, I have my jump key.
Capture the suspect.
That was actually pretty good. I don't always get these jumps. Let's see if I can do better on keyboard this time. Oh, just slightly off. Okay. This is gonna be awkward. It's gonna be awkward, but we'll make it. We basically got 8-way directional, but the 8-way directional is handled by multiple fingers. Coordination will be tough, but we can at least do some cityscape. I have faith in us. Yeah, going left and right is a bit difficult. I would say this is not the ideal way to play this game. It is not the ideal way in the slightest, but certain levels are playable. But yeah, just the weird way that it kind of strafes is, I think, what's getting to me. Like, it's interesting that the control method does turn his diagonal movement into more of a strafe, but I don't know how much I think it really helps this particular game. So the big question is, how did we do? According to the game, our keyboard playing is C grade.
Just made it.
That's fair. This is going to be the real challenge in attempting to see if we can get through this mode here. it's playable thus far, but like 2D games that have been much more playable than the 3D games, so maybe take that with a grain of salt. What might help is if I use the shield that I have equipped. Ugh! No! My shield, I miss it already. There we go. That's what I'm missing. It is my curse to always lose my shield. I think this game needs a little bit faster response time than the keyboard seems to be allowing me. Which isn't a knock on the keyboard itself, but certainly speaks to the concept of playing a game like this on the keyboard instead of on a gamepad. Wait, how do I... Okay. Okay. These buttons are tough. Wait, what are my buttons? What are my key... There's my key maps. Okay. I'm not looking forward to trying this. So I'm holding the up key. And I'm trying to remember... Okay, that's my boost. That's my jump. So far, so good. I'm sort of nervous about any attempt at trying... Ooh, I'm struggling to bank on basic turns, but it might be because my shoulder buttons are mapped to keys that I am hesitant to press. Because it would require me moving or having more than one, or more than 2 fingers on the keyboard at a time. So if you're listening, Higround, there is a market for spare finger exclusively for people who wish to play Sonic Generations on a keyboard. I don't know if it necessarily has to be surgical. It could be just something that you could clip onto your existing hand. Okay, one of these, but okay, that's the B button. I wonder if there's anything going on in the speedrun community that specifically recommends for certain games, specifically like for certain platforming games or action games, that it's like, we found in our trials that people using a keyboard are able to complete these motions much faster than with a controller. We got an A. You know what? We got an A. That's good enough. So yeah, that is the Higround Sonic keyboard. Probably an odd way to show it off, but, you know, it's a keyboard video. Overall, it's a solid keyboard. It's a little bit basic. Personally, for me, I like my keys spread out a little bit more. Like I said, this is probably not going to be a day-to-day office keyboard that I use for typing, writing emails and documents and that kind of stuff. But overall, like, otherwise feels pretty good. Might want to get like a wrist pad for this, just so that I'm not like jamming my wrists against the pad. But otherwise, like, it looks amazing. It seems fairly simple to change any aspects of it that you wish. It has a bunch of different features, although it's in general a little bit light on buttons themselves, so you're going to have to keep a hold of your macros And I don't know if they all come with this big pad, but the big pad is very nice. It is very nice, and it's just a cool bonus that it sort of lines up with the keyboard itself to create a continuous display. So yeah, that's the Higround keyboard. Thank you everyone for watching. Hey, everything we do over here, we do for Sonic Stadium. You can check it out over at sonicstadium.org. We've got message boards. Yes, we still have message boards in 2022 that have people in them having conversations. We have a Discord. You can get to it from our website, sonicstadium.org. With that, peace, everybody.